What's up guys, Max Tech Toy Box here, and today I'm going to be doing a video about 5 things that we believe Tesla got right. So in my last video, I went over 5 things that me and my family members wish that we had known prior to purchasing our Teslas. And I think that overall the message there was still pretty solid, but I think that it came off as me being negative. And not just me, of course, because this was a compilation between not just myself, but also my family members who had purchased Teslas. And we just want to let it be known that we absolutely love our Teslas, and we would not trade those vehicles in for any other car that is currently being produced as of today's date, okay? And so there are definitely a bunch of different things that Tesla got right, and in that video we were just highlighting the things that we wish we had known, again, so that we could make sure that we are doing our due diligence and making sure that we're providing information for other people to find online, so that maybe it might be information that they didn't know either before they were getting ready to purchase their Tesla. So in this video though, we are going to purchase on 5 things that we think that Tesla got right. So actually not the number 1, but the first thing that we're going to discuss, number 5, that we think that Tesla got right is the speed, okay? Tesla produces some of the fastest production cars, period, okay? You're talking about a mid-size SUV, sedan, full-size sedan, small sedan. These cars, they are just super quick, and a lot of that, actually all of that, has to do with just the way that they're designed, because they are electric vehicles and the speed that they can get up to so quickly. And so if you ask anyone, just about a reason to get a Tesla, it's because of how fast they are. Their 0 to 60 times are really unprecedented, okay? And that's just even with their standard full range, the standard range, long range, and then of course once you get to the performance package, that's really pushing things up another notch, okay? So the next thing on the list that we think that Tesla got right is charging. Now, this may be not as sexy as some of the other things that are listed on this list, but charging is very, very important, especially if you guys have been keeping up with a lot of the issues that other electric vehicles have been going on at the tail end of 2022, specifically during the holiday season, and in areas that were hit pretty hard with cold temperatures. A lot of people that have electric vehicles within that climate where the temperatures were super low and in the negative temperatures were just not able to charge their batteries. And it's not because of the vehicles themselves, it's more so because of the charging network, right? Whether that's Electrify America, I think EVgo, ChargePoint, and not all of them, but some of them, when they are introduced to these extreme temperatures, that hardware has just been failing, either the hardware or the software portion. And because everything is vertically integrated with Tesla, they design everything from the bottom on up, having to deal with the vehicle, and also dealing with the supercharging network. That means that they can ensure that they're going to offer the best experience for the user in that regard. And so charging, if you ask anyone that has ever used an electric vehicle outside of Tesla, for the most part, the opinion seems to be that it's just not as easy, it's not as efficient. With the Tesla, it's as simple as pulling up and plugging in, that's it. A lot of the times with these other companies, because they're using a third-party system to charge the vehicle, they may have to put it in to try and charge, they have to open up the application, they have to make a payment, they have to accept. Half the time it doesn't work. Sometimes you put it in and instead of it turning green or whatever the color may be, it'll turn red. So just a bunch of issues as it relates to charging. And even though it can be argued rather that you can purchase another electric vehicle where the electric vehicle may offer more bang to your buck for the Tesla car versus whatever that other electric vehicle is, because everything surrounding that vehicle, the infrastructure, is just not up to par, I would not be able to recommend another electric vehicle. And that's not just me being a Tesla fanboy. Again, this is just everyone that helped to compile this video. Everybody has that general synopsis. It's just a bit tough to recommend anything outside of Tesla because of that charging infrastructure just not being up to par. And so we're hoping competition is only going to be better for the consumer. So as these other electric electric chargers improve and they get better, that's only going to force Tesla to get better. For example, there are other charging networks that charge faster than Tesla. Right now, Tesla is at level 3 charging, which is 250 kilowatts, which charges decent. But with these other chargers, you can get 350 kilowatts, and it's supposed to help charge the batteries even faster. So that's good, because that should force Tesla to now introduce their level 4 chargers, which will charge faster. But again, even though their batteries or their charging network may charge faster than the Tesla's network, Tesla is by far way more reliable. Okay, if this past winter break holiday weekend showed us anything, it shows us that Tesla's system is tested, tried, and true, and they just work. Now, the third thing on our list that we think that Tesla got right is the gimmicks. Okay, a lot of the things that are sort of like some of the things that Tesla came up with, who would even think that you need to put that in the vehicle, right? Whether that's the fart sounds, whether that's the light show, whether that's gaming inside of the vehicle, some of the applications that you can launch within it. It's a bunch of stuff that you would just think it's not enough to sell you on the vehicle, but the fact that you have it, it's a nice little, I guess you could say, party trick. So then when other people are in your car, you can show them all of these different things, right? Even the fireplace, the mood lighting, it's just very unique. There's no one, or before Tesla, there was no one offering any of these vehicles. I'm not 100% certain, maybe someone else did do this, but I don't know of another vehicle that offered a light show, right? The holiday light show. They just pushed an update for another holiday light show. Just these things that are cool, little tricks that you can pull out and show your friend, hey, look at what my car can do, right? Not just that, but then even the microphone, right? The Sentry mode, which I don't necessarily say that this is a gimmick, but being able to pull out your phone and talk through the phone to someone who's in front of your car, right? Pulling up the camera and being able to see everything. But I still sort of, or not just me, but we sort of put all of these things under the gimmicks because, again, it's not enough to sell you on the vehicle, but the cumulative factor of all of these things just offer it that extra little asterisk to make it stand out and make it different from what other people are offering. Now, number 4 on this, some people may not like this, and me for one, even though in my last video I talked about this and I said that I would prefer a different UI system, but Tesla's UI integration is second to none. Okay, so I understand the reason why they had their UI the way that it is, and that they don't offer Android Auto and that they don't offer CarPlay. We get that, and although we would like for them to offer Android Auto and CarPlay, their UI integration is just so, again, it's vertically integrated with everything where you can press the button, tell it to open your glove compartment. Most of the things, because the menu system, a lot of people believe it's sort of convoluted in what you can do, most of the things you can just launch from your voice. So if you want to turn on your windshield wipers, press the button and say open or start windshield wipers, open trunk, open frunk, right? Virtually pretty much almost any and everything that you can do from the screen on the Tesla, you can just do with your voice, which is pretty cool. Apart from that, the integration with maps, right? So if you were traveling to a specific destination, it will go ahead and say, hey, you are at 96% battery. We see that by the time you get there, you would be at negative 12%. Let's see if we can find you a charger to stop at. Okay, you need to stop at this charger. You need to charge for 20 minutes. After that, you'll be able to continue on your destination and you'll be able to make it. It's just the little things that, again, if you don't own a Tesla, you don't necessarily, or rather, if you own a Tesla, you may take for granted. But the second that you step outside of the box and you look at some of these other companies that are using Android Auto and CarPlay, they don't have that full integration. And again, because of this integration, right, this vertical integration where everything just works, the Tesla knows, okay, well, now that we're headed to that supercharger, we need to make sure that we're preconditioning this battery so that by the time you get to the charger, that battery pack will be warm enough to make sure that we're charging at optimum speeds. So some other companies offer that, and this is not to say that other companies don't offer it, but again, it's just the integration. It's things that you don't have to worry about. There's another application this previous, when me and my family were traveling, that I was looking at called PlugShare, which is convenient, and it does offer you the chance to look at other chargers that you can charge at if you want to try and plan your whole trip. But again, because of the UI integration with the Tesla. It's just one thing you don't have to worry about, right? You could say it's kind of like that Apple factor, right? Most of the time with the iPhone devices, they just work. Well, it's the same thing with the Tesla in that regard, where you just want it to do something and it does it. You don't have to think from the user standpoint, how am I going to be able to do all of these things? It just works. So again, even though I would love, and we would love for them to somehow combine this with Android Auto and CarPlay, right now, the UI system that is Tesla's is second only to Android Auto and CarPlay. Now, the number one thing that we all agreed that we think Tesla got right is brand recognition, right? So this is sort of the cumulative efforts of everything that I just stated and then some. They made EV sexy. They literally made EV sexy because it's the Model S, the 3, the X, and the Y. But before Tesla, you definitely had other electric vehicles. BMW had theirs. Nissan has had theirs. You have the Toyota, the Prius, all these other vehicles. But a lot of the times these were sort of looked at just, I don't want to say nerdy, but very niche. And they weren't cars that sold overwhelmingly well, right? It kind of was like, oh, well, if you got one of these vehicles, they didn't look very well. First of all, at least in my opinion, they weren't the best looking vehicles. And it could be argued that the Teslas don't look the best, but I think that the Tesla lineup of vehicles look really good personally. But either way, when you were looking at these other vehicles, they didn't have that nice aesthetic to make someone want to purchase that car. And then on top of that, they were seen as slow vehicles, right? They weren't vehicles that you would get if you wanted to take to the strip and race, right? They were things, or they were items that one would purchase just to say, hey, I'm trying to improve the environment, which isn't bad, that's a good thing. But if you wanted to improve the environment and not be a gas guzzler, those were your only options. Well, Tesla came in and they said, no, those are not your only options. You can reduce your carbon footprint, right, if you will, by getting a Tesla. Not only that, but you can make sure that you will probably have one of the fastest vehicles on your block, right, on the street at any given time. You have the fastest vehicle. Not only that, but you'll also have one of the vehicles that'll give you the most technologically advanced software within a car. One of the vehicles that are going to just give you the best charging nationwide. It's also going to save you money on your gas bill. Just all of these different things. And ultimately, that's what has made the Tesla brand. It can't be argued that just Tesla and what it has done in general has changed the game. And that's the reason why you have all of these other vehicles, these legacy automakers making electric vehicles now, because they look and they see, wow, look at what Tesla's done. Look at how much they've grown by. We want some of that. We need to get in on that, right? So this is Max Tech Toy Box. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Again, this was a list that me and my family members really thought we wanted to express about things that we felt like Tesla got right. So be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. You guys take care. Have a healthy, blessed 2023. Peace.